Welcome student to the part 3 of chapter excretion of waste products. In this video, we will learn the counter current system of urine formation. Urine formation, in the last video, we discussed the 3 steps. Now we will discuss the concentration of filtrate in Henle's loop and vasa recta that will help to concentrate the urine. The flow of filtrate in the two limbs of Henle's loop and the flow of blood through the two limbs of vasa recta are in opposite directions. That is in the countercurrent pattern. This is called countercurrent mechanism. Due to the countercurrent mechanism, and proximity between Henle's loop and vasa recta, osmolarity increases from cortex to the inner medullary intestinium. That is 300 osmolarity to 1200 osmolarity. This gradient is caused by salt concentration and urea amount. NaCl is transported by ascending limb of Henle's loop, that is exchanged by descending limb of vasa recta. NaCl is written to intestinium by ascending limb of the vasa recta. Similarly, the small amount of urea enter the thin segment of ascending limb of Henle's loop, which is transported back by the collecting tubule. Thus, the electrolytes in urea are retained in intestinium and maintain a concentration gradient, that is interstitial gradient in medullary area. It enables easy passage of water from collecting tubule to concentrate filtrate, that is urine. So change in the concentration of NaCl and the permeability of these two limbs will help in concentration of the urine. The DCT and the collecting duct will produce urine 4 times concentrated than the initial filtrate form. That is, initially it was 300 osmolarity and now in the DCT it is 1200 osmolarity. The next one is micturition. Micturition is the release of urine. Steps involved in micturition is gradual filling of urinary bladder will lead to stretching of urinary bladder. Now, in the urinary bladder, there are the stretch receptor on its wall that will send the impulse to the CNS. And CNS will process the impulse and send the message through motor neurons, and that will lead to contraction of smooth muscles of the bladder and simultaneously relaxation of urethral sphincter, and that lead to release of urine, which is known as micturition. Here, the neural mechanism causes micturition. That's why it is known as micturition reflex. An adult human excrete 1 to 1.5 liter of urine per day, that is around 25 to 300 gram urea per day. Urine is a light yellow colored watery fluid which is slightly acidic in nature. The pH of urine is 6 and has a characteristic odor. On the screen you can see a typical urine contain uric acid, bicarbonate ion, creatinine, potassium ion, sodium ions, chloride ions, and urea. Various conditions affect the characteristics of urine. Urine analysis helps in clinical diagnosis of many metabolic disorder and malfunctioning of the kidney. Example is glycosuria, which is presence of glucose, and ketonuria, which is presence of ketone bodies in the urine. And presence of both of these glucose and ketone bodies in the urine indicates diabetes mellitus. There is one test to detect the glucose, and that test is Benedict test. Here on the screen you can see 4 test tubes are there. When urine When Benedict solution is added to the urine and if the test tube color turns blue, that indicates there is no presence of glucose in the urine. And if it's turned green, that indicates trace amount of glucose. If the test result is orange, that indicates moderate amount of glucose in the urine. And if the test result is brick red in color, that indicates large amount of glucose in the urine. Apart from kidney, lungs, liver and skin also plays role in excretion. Lungs, they help in removal of carbon dioxide and water. Around 200 ml per minute carbon dioxide is released by lungs. Liver, it secretes bile which contain bilirubin, biliverdin, cholesterol, degraded steroid hormones, vitamins and drugs. Most of them pass out along with the digestive waste. The third one is the skin, which has sweat and the sebaceous gland and saliva. Sweat contains water, NaCl, small amount of urea, lactic acid, etc. The primary function of sweat is to give cooling effect on body surface. Sebaceous gland eliminates sterols, hydrocarbons and waxes through sebum. Sebum provides a protective oily covering for the skin. Then comes the saliva, which eliminates small amount of nitrogenous waste as well. So that was it about the saliva, liver and lungs, that is apart from kidneys, play important role in excretion of waste products. Thanks for watching.